I'm Shirley Luban. I'm the oldest. I'm the role model.
I'm Etsy Luban. I'm number 2.
Yeah, I'm Yossi Luban. I'm the third child.
I'm Avram Yitzchak Luban. I'm the middle child.
I am Nachman Luban. I'm the 5th in the family.
Hi, I'm Binyamin Simcha. I'm the 6th.
I'm Shir Devar Luban.
One funny story I remember that has to do with my father being a Rav. He spent a lot of his time learning as a younger person, and everyone that I see in Lakewood tells me, oh yeah, I was your father's chavrusa, I was your father's chavrusa, and a lot of his chavrusas became Rashivas, and one of them was Nassim Tzvi Finkel and the Mir Yeshiva. So when I went from my Faher to the Mir Yeshiva, it's a very daunting task to prepare a shtickle Torah, and it has to be, you want it to be smart and full of wisdom, and that's, what depends if you get into the yeshiva or not. And a lot of people said, Nassim Tzvi, he's ill, he's not so well. He only gives people 2 minutes of his time, not even. You never get past the question, and then that's it, and you move on. So I only prepared the question, and I went in there and I spoke about the Gemara, and there's a kasha, and Nassim Tzvi said, okay, Shkoyach, what's your name? And I said, Shirley Luban. He said, Rabbi Yaakov David's son from Edison? I have to hear your teretz. I have to hear the teretz. And of course, I had nothing to say.
From when we were born, as early as I can remember going to shul, we were always the last people to leave shul.
But I do have very vivid memories of being in the back of the shul and everyone turning around saying, shh, as we did whatever we were doing. And after davening, my father would say every week, you guys are the rabbi's children and you're embarrassing me.
Growing up the son of the rabbi, I always experienced a lot of different character traits that my father has that I've learned to emulate. His commitment to honesty. He will not lie about the smallest thing, no matter how much it doesn't make a difference. We'd beg him to sign our homework even if we didn't do it, and he would never lie about the most meaningless detail ever.
In yeshiva, I never really had to listen because, I would come home and any shaila I ever had, I could ask him, and off the top of his head, he can tell me.
The rabbi works in kashrus during the week, in addition to being the rav of the shul. They probably think that we're all professionals in kashrus and what's kosher and milchigs and fleishigs, but the truth is that since he's the professional, we don't have to know anything.
My father is so devoted to the congregation that as he was going for being wheeled in for his gallbladder surgery, he was on the phone talking to someone.
The situation with the phones in this family is off the hook. Off the hook. That was a good one.
Not bad, yeah.
I'm the one who answers all the phones when you call, and the truth is that I forged many, many good relationships because people would call and I would talk to them and we'd get carried away a little, and then they'd say, is your father there? And I'd say, oh, he just left.
My father would tell me that he wants to drive me to the airport if I was flying away to yeshiva. And he would tell me, I want to drive you so we could talk a little about how yeshiva's going. And he would be on the phone from the beginning to the end. And then when we would actually walk into the airport, he would say, we didn't even talk, so then we would just have to quickly talk before the plane.
In our house, if I had something important to ask my father, so it was really a problem because he is always on the phone with everybody else. So all I'd have to do is take out my cell phone and call the house, and I got immediate attention.
My mother is constantly busying herself with the needs of the community. Every time I see her, she's baking kugels and soup and this and that for Bikur Cholim and for different people that need.
In most families, when people are busy cooking for Shabbos, my mother's cooking for Bikur Cholim.
And that's the secret to our being so thin. My mother gives away all our food every Shabbos.
I'm usually the last one in the family to go to sleep, so I get to see when my mother and father go to sleep. Well, they start eating supper at about, I'd say 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd say they fall asleep for about an hour on the table. They get up, my father gets back to working.
My parents have perfected the art of falling asleep while standing up.
His Monday night share, he starts preparing it Sunday night after he comes home from his chasana, and he sits there from 2 in the morning till 5 in the morning, and then he maybe has 5 or 10 minutes to go to sleep, and then he has to go to chakras.
Until recently, I thought it was normal for parents to just fall asleep on the kitchen table.
Takes them about, I would say, like an hour to eat because half of the time they're sleeping.
I think if I had to identify one misunderstood or not acknowledged character trait, it's his unwavering commitment to the community members.
If I had to sum up my father's character traits in 4 words, I would say selflessness, commitment, honesty, and patience.
Growing up, I listened to many people give different shiurim, and there was no one like my father, who, when I went to his Gemara share on Shabbos and his Monday night share, it's just unbelievable the devotion that he has when he gives over the share and the way he has to prepare for it.
He treats everybody with respect, and when I walk with him or I talk with him, he infuses those values.
I never really appreciated my father until I got older and I got to see, more people out in the world as I went to yeshiva, and I got to know more people. I never appreciated truly how different my father was than everybody else. He's so it's just hard to explain, but he's really like the most perfect person out there.
Anywhere that I was, I could always count on at least 1 or 2 people, if not more than that, calling me out and saying, "Hey, are you a Luban?" And when I said yes, they'd always be like, "Oh, well, Rabbi Luban is an amazing person."
My parents have spent their entire lives dedicated and devoted to the community, and my only wish to them is that they could continue doing what it is that they love doing most and best.
I am proud of my father. He's busy all day helping people. Mazel tov, Tati.
Mazel tov, Tati.